You're talking.
Hey, Essie.
It is 6:15. I'm calling to order this meeting for the police department discussion. And do we have approval of the agenda?
So moved.
Any discussion? Oh, a second. I need a second. Second. Okay, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Yay. Any public input today? We are extremely tight. Okay, thank you. We've got a short time to.
3 minutes.
Sorry.
What you need?
Edgar wanted to be on
Oh,
Zoom.
did he?
Well, I'm sorry. I mean, we'll try to, I wish he told me sooner.
Kitty, can you send me the link and I can send it to him?
To Edgar?
Yeah.
I
Or you
just
can
sent it to him. I just emailed it to him.
Okay, great. Okay, go ahead.
Too.
Good evening all. I'm Tom Jelliff. I'm a New Paltz resident. And my input this evening is based on an email that I sent you all in the aftermath of the last meeting. I sent it at 8:11. It took a while to figure out that it was caught in your security system.
Yeah.
And Amanda and I are trying to get it out, but so far I don't think anybody's received it or looked at it, but it's Edgar and Amanda. So I'm just gonna do some quote highlights from this. You had an extended conversation at that meeting about civilian rights and NPPD policies vis-a-vis federal ICE officers. I was hoping you would follow it up with some concrete actions. Yeah, I remember you talked about disseminating the information cards and other information widely in the community, and that there might be a follow-up report about what you've done about that urgent matter. I'm not sure that's happening. Also, I felt that Miriam's primary concern was not actually dealt with. She asked whether the police officers are receiving up-to-date training. That was actually not addressed at all. I sort of understand the policy, but I don't understand necessarily what a police officer might be called on to actually do under that policy rather than simply not do things. I don't know whether there are elements of that where they might need to try and get some information from an ICE officer to confirm that they are an ICE officer. Whether there are occasions when they meet with someone in the public and have to actually provide information about what that person should or should not provide as information to ICE officers. Those are things that kind of go beyond reading a policy, and where you actually need some training and maybe some play acting, that kind of thing. It's quite possible that the police department's doing that, but that wasn't, again, it wasn't discussed. There's a whole lot, maybe this quote, temporary police commission isn't the right group to take on the real questions of what kinds of statistics and reporting there should be coming out of the police departments. Take a holistic look at that. And it's a big topic, and there's been a lot written about it and discussed about it, but I would like to make a couple of smaller points. I'm not exactly sure what the current situation is, but up until now, the chief was giving two separate verbal reports, one to the police commission and one to the town board. And they were quite different, though just based on the same so-called confidential report. And so one thing I propose is that they be melded and that they may be made publicly available. The town board report is generally listed as an attachment to the agenda, but only as an agenda to the police commission. It's not on the police commission's, police department or police commission site. And a consolidated report would kind of make everybody easier, and it could be posted in both places and be made available for people to refer back to. But, because we've talked about the fact that there's no.
I'm doing time.
Okay, I'm
sorry?
I'm just trying to make sure that Edgar's trying to get on it.
And now, basically because the statistics and reporting question is worth a discussion. It's why I focused, I would say initially, on the annual reports question, because those were done. They weren't impossible, they were done. It's true that one could probably streamline them. There are probably some things that can be improved, but
Time,
all I'm.
Sure.
Finish my sentence, I hope, is that be reviewed and gotten going again.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Tom. All right, well,
And I'm gonna submit the full thing as my input.
that'd be great. That
Thanks.
would be great. All right, I'm not.
Well, it's in that letter, the letter you sent, right? An email or something that we're trying to get out of spam.
I'm gonna do a stripped off version that I hope actually gets to you and gets to
So
the secretary.
Kitty, do you know if Edgar got the link? Do you know, did you get it to him? Rosanna, is somebody?
What is the question?
Did Edgar get the link for Zoom?
I emailed it to him and I sent him a text about 5 minutes ago telling him I emailed it to him.
All right, well, unfortunately, we're
Oh, you
getting ready.
emailed it to him.
Yeah,
He's,
he doesn't
he's
get email.
in, transit. Can you text it?
Okay,
Okay,
Well,
here's the thing. We're getting ready to go into executive session. This Zoom
Oh,
won't
we
be
can
the
just
one.
call him.
We'll just do that.
That's
yeah.
fine.
Okay, all right, so I move that we go into executive session for the purpose of discussing work history. of
Is he not gonna do his
person.
report
We
first? I'm
should
sorry.
let
Oh,
him do
sorry,
his
your report. I'm so excited. Okay,
That's okay.
go ahead, do your report.
That's all right.
You got 3 minutes also.
I got you.
One.
For the month of August, we did not have any complaints, no commendations. We did have one incident involving defensive action that required 2 reports being completed. For announcements, we have our September conversations with the police is going to be on September 16th from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. at Peace Park.
Very good. Anything else?
Just to go over the defensive action reports.
Yeah.
And that'll be everything.
Okay,
So the incident occurred on August 3rd at about 11:30 p.m. It involved a 32-year-old male, approximately 5'10", 165 pounds, medium build, white, non-Hispanic. 2 New Paltz police units received a call and responded for a fight in progress where a knife was reported to have been used. Upon arriving in the area, officers observed the subject matching the description. Officers initiated what's referred to as a felony hot stop on the subject and drew their firearms and began giving verbal commands. The one officer in this report maintained lethal coverage until the subject was securely placed in the handcuffs by the state police.
so did they call for state police or?
The state police actually, the officers were on a different call on the opposite side of town, and the state police from the Highland Barracks were the first on scene.
So they
So-
heard the other one.
They got there and were handling the initial call, and then when the secondary state police unit got there, they secured the subject in handcuffs. The second defensive action report is the same incident, same subject and particulars. That officer initially drew his firearm to initiate the stop, and when he observed that a secondary officer had her firearm drew, he transitioned, holstered his firearm, and drew his taser in order to provide what we refer to as a less lethal coverage, and he maintained that less lethal coverage until the subject was securely handcuffed.
So was there anything out of procedure by any of this?
Nope, everything followed department training and procedure.
This is not about that. I mean, so if the individual is homeless, how do you, they have no identification, they have no
In the-
known address? I mean,
In this
so if there's a
specific
summons
situation,
or
we're
whatever, or
familiar
ticket,
with that.
how do you affect that if someone doesn't have a home?
Well, generally speaking, if someone is currently homeless, we still, we can get a name, date of birth, their pedigree information. They don't always give it, but generally speaking, if we have someone in custody, we ask for an associated person, which was basically equivalent to an emergency contact. Again, if they're homeless or don't have family in the area, friends in the area, they may not give that. And honestly, sometimes if we arrest an individual that's homeless and then they don't show up for court, it can be extremely difficult locating them, if a warrant's issued for their arrest. In this specific incident, this current individual is currently homeless, but we're familiar with him. He's, known to New Paltz for a long time. And ultimately, we actually didn't make an arrest in this matter, like the state police.
yeah.
It was their case ultimately.
Okay.
And that's all I had for my quick update.
So I just got this message from. Yikes. I don't know how to do that. How do I get on?
Oh, and if there's nothing else, in the meantime, there was just something from the, this is actually from an older report. I compare the reports, but just that, several officers did help with Juneteenth doing parade, and you were at, one of the ceremonies and some others were at some other ceremonies, but it wasn't listed in the June monthly report, and so I think it's important that we make sure it's listed in there.
Absolutely, absolutely. That must have been an oversight on my part. A lot of times what that can be is generally part of how I do that is looking at the overtime, and in those situations, they didn't require overtime, so that could have been it was an oversight on my part.
I just got a message from him saying, how do I get the link? So I told him to check his email.
Yeah. Well, we're going into executive session.
Anyway,
now, so-
yeah, so we'll just call him.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so now I make the motion. Go into
Think we're ready.
executive session. Are you done, Matt?
I'm all set.
Any more questions for the police report? All right,
Hopefully I
thank
got
you.
under my 3 minutes.
Okay, we'll actually, we'll obviously follow up with some of the other things that, Tom suggested, later.
All right.
Okay,
Fine.
yeah,
Thank you, Tom.
good idea.
Well,
Okay.
thank you for reminding us.
All right, I move that we go into executive session for the purpose of discussing work history of a particular person.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All right. I am going to shut. Okay. I make a motion to come out of executive session.
Second.
On favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We come out with the action to continue documenting a personnel matter. All right. We have, we'll hopefully have a
I move that we adjourn the police commission meeting.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All
Aye.
right. I make a motion to call the 7
Thank you,
PM
Chief.
public hearing
Thank you all.
Thanks.
to order. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'm calling the public hearing to order.
Yes, aye.
Thank you.
Apologies.
Okay. Come on up.
Pull up a chair.
Really? Hold the chair?
There's one.
Okay, I'll do that. Oh, Kitty's
Yes.
on two, okay. Okay, so this is gonna sound stilted, but I made some remarks. My name is Susan Denton. I'm the chair of the Housing Smart Community Initiative for the town of New Paltz. Tonight, we're here to open a public hearing on the affordable housing zoning template. The purpose of this hearing is to gather feedback, ideas, and perspectives from our community about how we can best use zoning as a tool to expand housing opportunities in New Paltz. Like many towns across New York and the Hudson Valley, we are facing a challenge. The supply of affordable housing and attainable housing has not kept pace with community needs. Teachers, seniors, young families, local workers, and many longtime residents are finding it increasingly difficult to live here. The affordable housing zoning template before us is intended to serve as a guide for the town to incorporate best practices, align with state and county housing goals, and most importantly, reflect the values of the community. Our goal is to encourage the housing that is sustainable, diverse in size and type, energy efficient, and affordable to a range of incomes while respecting the character of New Paltz. Tonight's hearing is an opportunity for all of you, residents, neighbors, and stakeholders, to share your thoughts. Your input will help shape the recommendations that go forward to the town board. We encourage you to speak openly, ask questions, and provide suggestions that will help us balance growth, affordability, and community character. On behalf of the Housing Smart Community Initiative, I want to thank you for being here and for engaging in this important conversation about the future of housing in New Paltz.
Thank you,
Thank
Susan.
you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so did people sign up for the public hearing? Okay, I don't have the list.
Shall I leave this with you?
Yes, ma'am, thank you. Make sure this is part of the record.
Anybody
This is a,
sign in that wants to speak?
this is a public hearing, so this will all be part of the record of the minutes of this meeting.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We don't have a lot of people.
Mhm.
Join us. Anyone?
I'll keep time.
Okay, so Randall's gonna be keeping time. We ask that you try to kind of stay within the 3 minutes, and we appreciate that. Okay, Jackie Brownstein.
Yes. Thank you. Good evening, all.
Hello.
My name is Jackie Brownstein, and I'm here as the chair of the Ulster Activists Affordable Housing Committee, and also as a resident of New Paltz for the past 50 years, even a little more than that. First, I want to thank the Housing Smart Communities Initiative, Susan, for taking on this formidable task of creating the affordable housing zoning regulations template. It is a detailed and thoughtful document. I was impressed with some key areas you addressed that have been issues within our community, such as requiring that any development that becomes condos must maintain affordable units as rentals in perpetuity, that affordable unit vacancies promptly be reported to the town and filled within 6 weeks, and that if a project is being marketed as student housing, that a waiver can be requested to create a family neighborhood, all key issues in our community. However, there are a couple of issues that need to be addressed. The inclusionary percentage for affordable units is a low of 10%. It is not enough to accommodate our need for affordable units. Even though there are developments of 20 units and over in the document that require 15%, developments of under that should also be at least 15%. In fact, many localities are requiring their larger multi-unit developments to have 20% affordable units. We cannot solve this issue. This is, of course, one of the tools in solving affordable housing, but it's an important tool and one of the only ones that I think a town like New Paltz may have. And so we really have to use it. Although this may seem like a small point, there are a couple of places the term lower and moderate income households is noted, but mostly moderate income households is only used. It is important that lower and moderate households be used throughout this document as a recognition of the large percentage of low-wage workers in our town, a population that we must acknowledge. A few other points. Households are not defined. This has been an issue in our community. For instance, do a group of unrelated students constitute a household? Or for that matter, any group that comes together to secure a rental? If a family of 4 is in an affordable 2-bedroom unit and the family grows beyond 4, can they still be in that unit? This is just a couple of things I noted that I thought needed additional addressing. Just a note that some sections don't seem sequentially marked. And that, I know it's a small thing, but I followed G instead of, there were letters that weren't sequential, and there were sometimes numbers, and then what followed were small letters. So just to look at that. And I would also urge that when the time comes to let our community know that these affordable units exist, it may be a while, but it'll come. We need to do a really good public relations, public announcements, going to where people are. And we need a brochure that's understandable, that can inform them about how they apply, who's eligible, etc.
Just a quickie, your time run
I
out,
have
but,
one more sentence.
but if you could
Thank
do one
though.
more, but I let you do, keep going because you were part of the big group and you were giving us some background history. So
Thank you. Can
go
I do
ahead.
one more sentence?
Absolutely,
All
go
right.
right ahead.
Again, thank you for the tremendous work you did to create the document, and I hope you'll take into consideration my comments. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much, Jackie. Next, Susan? You're on here. Did you,
No, I just.
you already
She
done?
made her.
Okay, well, I just, know that was an intro. I thought maybe you had something to tell us. Okay, Tom?
I think I'll stand so I can project maybe a little bit that way for audience to hear.
Great idea.
Okay, Tom Denton, resident of New Paltz and also on the UACT Housing Committee. And I support my wife.
I do too.
Good idea.
This template from the Housing Smart Communities Initiative Committee is indeed timely. We're seeing right now a rapid expansion of housing developments in this village of New Paltz. Although available developable land in the town is perhaps harder to find, the town must be prepared nevertheless. As the possible consolidation of the town and village looms, a town plan that is largely in sync with that of the village, and it is, will make larger townwide requirements and incentives ready to launch. The plan seems to respect feasible guidelines for determining affordability and ensuring ongoing adherence to those guidelines. Developers and agencies now have a blueprint to organize their projects. The town continues to be in charge as its vision for housing unfolds. And it's really important to get this all moving because certification at the end of this process, certification with the Ulster County Planning Board is the prize, which will allow some additional funding to be fused into projects here in the town. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Okay, Joe Londa.
Good evening.
Leaving.
So I do believe it's important to increase our stock of affordable housing, but to do so without sacrificing our need for environmental protection and also overt fairness. So I'm going to propose some changes to the draft template on the housing, affordable housing zoning regulation template, section H 4.c. The words boilers, furnaces, and air conditioning units should be struck and replaced with simply heat pumps.
Wait, 4-C, okay.
4.c, strike boilers, furnaces, air conditioning units, and replace that with just heat pumps. The word hot water heaters should be replaced with point of use electric hot water heaters, which are the most efficient way to produce hot water. We can debate it if you'd like, but I want more time.
Yeah, not quite, Joe, but
Okay.
yeah. Can we just say energy efficient hot water, most, energy efficient hot water? Okay, well, whatever, we'll work on that.
Yeah, just-
We get the concept.
There
yeah.
is data to support point of use as being the most efficient.
Mhm.
On item G, each unit shall contain, add the word minimum of 30-inch wide induction stove. So again, efficiency, induction stoves are significantly more efficient than electric stoves. It is the future. We should be planning for the future. Staying on that theme, section N 3.e.
Wait, I gotta flip the page. N3.E, okay, got it.
Simply replace the word furnace with heat pumps. Oh, I missed one thing. Apologies, I'm gonna back up on one thing. On H4C,
Yes. Wait, did you, you didn't do N3E yet?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, I missed that.
replace, yeah, just on N3E,
Heat pump.
replace the word furnace with heat
Oh.
pumps.
He said H or something, H for what?
H4C shall be certified Energy Star all electric and consistent with New York State CPA law. So adding the words all electric.
Mhm.
I'm waiting for the solar panels.
Hold on.
You won't hear that.
Oh, you want to hear that?
If they're affordable,
All of H4C,
Just
H4C under N.
all electric.
all electric, to be certified all electric.
You can leave that with us when you're done, right?
Yeah,
I can if.
Yeah, I would
didn't
prefer,
try
and
to
then
make
we
it
can-
particularly Nice, but
Transfer, because you've got like 20 seconds.
we had lots of discussion in here. I'm
Well,
being
that's why-
deprived of my 3 minutes.
Right, that's why we need to keep quiet and let people present.
Okay, so the last one will be perhaps the most controversial. Section N, item 1, A through G. So I don't believe there should be a standard of 2 years.
wait,
If section N,
N, I got 1,
1, A through
A
G.
through G.
I got 3, A through G. I got 1, 2, and then 3, A through
Oh,
G.
and I think I shuffled my pages.
Ah.
J,
J.
J, 1, A through G.
Okay, now I got you. Gotcha.
I do not believe there should be a 2-year standard. If you have a need for affordable housing, you have a need for affordable housing. I also believe there is no rationale for a preference standard. All jobs are created equal and have equal importance. All volunteerism has equal importance, and age should not matter. If you have a need, you have a need. It is very arbitrary to say a volunteer fire department member is 6 times more preferential than a 65-year-old person. Why is that? What's the rationale for that? So these are arbitrary in my point of view, and I do not think they should be added to have any criteria to give preference. It should be solely affordability, income based. Okay, that's it.
Great.
Thank you.
And as you mentioned that, it may violate fair housing standards
Okay.
as well.
Mhm.
So,
We also have a code that we violate all the time that says all of our employees should live in New Paltz.
She's really
We
on
can't
that.
do that.
I'll leave this if you wish, but I
Yeah,
didn't
I
really
think you-
try
I
to
think
write
you-
it that clearly on it,
Well,
but
if we have any
But we have
questions,
our own notes too. Thank you.
Joan, are you here for this one or for something else? Okay. Okay, then, is there anyone else here for the public hearing for affordable housing code? No? Okay, I'm just checking you guys back there because I don't see your names. Okay, all right, great. Okay,
so we close the
okay,
hearing.
and, no, okay. Oh, y'all are together, okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much for what you've done. Thank you for these very pertinent and, cogent points. We have a lot to think about here, and there's a lot to debate. As you said, there's reasons why some of this stuff is in here the way it is, because there was a certain way of thinking. It doesn't mean we shouldn't be open to looking at some of these other things, but we do not want this to sit in the drawer. We want to keep working on it. So we will keep doing that and be bringing it back to our next, one of our next meetings. And you have an event happening, right?
Yes, on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yes, thank you for your RSVP.
Wednesday is what date for everyone?
The 13th,
It's the 10th.
the 10th.
Wednesday, the 10th,
Okay, great.
and it's here.
Yeah.
And is it open to the public?
It is, what we're trying to do is bring in people who might actually, part of their job touches on what the
Housing.
Housing Smart Community Initiative is involved with, but also there are several other involved people who, some of whom have made comments tonight. So,
Okay, so folks got a specific notice of this if you thought they were the people you're trying to target, but obviously would be open.
yes, of course,
So
if someone comes around, never say,
No,
leave us
no.
alone.
Anybody who's interested, that's great.
Yes,
Okay, and tell us again, it's on the 10th, but what time?
11:30 to 1 o'clock.
Great.
And what it will be is a refresher and many information session from Kai Lord Farmer, who's the Department of Planning person who's in charge of these things,
Okay, so Ulster County Planner.
planner, and
Okay.
it'll be light refreshments
Oh, okay. In this room?
in the hall.
In the hall. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, because we all saw that sign. Okay. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you very much, folks. We appreciate everything you're doing for us. Yeah.
Bless you.
Okay, so are we closing the public hearing for now or just adjourning
I think
it?
do you want to keep,
It open?
we can
Oh,
close the public hearing and leave the comment period open.
Or we could adjourn it and go back to it at a later date, not close.
Yeah, we could do that if we want to come back to it.
I think we
Or
want.
put it on the
as many
agenda.
folks as- Yeah, okay. So I move that we adjourn the public hearing on the affordable housing regulations draft for tonight.
So moved.
Second,
Second, Essie.
thank you. Any discussion? All in favor? Oh,
Aye.
Aye.
okay. Did Edgar, okay, I'm
I
not
don't see
seeing
him.
Edgar. What happened? Kitty, you sent him the link, right?
I did. Can you hear me? Am I audio here?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
I think he's driving, so he may not
Yeah,
be able to
you might not be able to.
all the
Okay.
information.
Well,
Did you vote, Kitty? Did we vote?
we voted
To
to,
close to adjourn this? I didn't hear.
okay, I'm taking
I
the vote.
second.
Oh,
A second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Very good. All right, we'll hope that Edgar can catch up with this. I'm very sorry. Okay, I'm now calling to order the New Paltz Town Board meeting as of September 4th. It looks like 7:31. All in favor?
aye.
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 Aye. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Real quickly, the Indigenous Land and Black Labor Acknowledgement. Who would like to do it tonight?
We'll do it.
Okay,
Got it ready.
Randall, great.
Got it ready. The town of New Paltz humbly acknowledges that we are on the traditional lands of the Munsee, Esopus, and Lenape people. The Indian Removal Act of 1830 forced the people to relocate to inhospitable territory far from the bountiful valley and mountains we inhabit today. The town further acknowledges that much of the physical structure of our town and village was built by enslaved Africans who labored as the property of their owners until 1827 on this very land. We acknowledge the contributions, resilience, and accomplishments of the BIPOC community who have overcome historic injustice to inform our past and inspire our future. Please visit the resource library on our website to learn more. We encourage residents and visitors to learn more about the contributions and sacrifices made by the indigenous people and enslaved Africans by visiting these sites.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have approval of the agenda as it's currently written?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Kitty?
Aye, sorry.
Thank you. All right, very quickly with the announcements, in case there's anyone in town who doesn't know that we got Zoom bombed at the September 7th board meeting, our public access YouTube channel was removed. We have created an own New Paltz YouTube channel that committees, boards, commissions will live stream. That link will be on all agendas as it's on tonight's, and it will allow people to view live or afterwards to go back and review the board meetings. but Zoom will only be used for the purpose of archiving these minutes, or if we have a board member or someone who can't be here. We can't go through that again, so sorry about that. Okay, if one of our staff or consultants needs to participate by Zoom, they have to inform the town clerk or the planning zoning board secretary ahead of time, so it's known who will be asking to come in, and it's been agreed on. Okay. The Office for Community Wellness is hosting the 8th Annual Recovery Fest? Wow. September 21st, from noon to 4 p.m. at the Field of Dreams. There will be speakers, resources, music. It says barbecue, but folks, it's really hamburgers, because I'm from Texas. I know what barbecue is. And I said, yeah, okay. A bouncy house and things like that. A wall of remembrance. Upcoming public hearings on September 5th, that's tomorrow, at 4:30 p.m. at Plattekill Avenue at the Village Hall, the Ulster County Industrial Development Agency public hearing on a proposed project and financial assistance relating to a project at 151 North Chestnut Street Holding LLC. This is a development that will go in adjacent to the big projects that are happening right now on Chestnut Street. It's a new one, and they're asking for a pilot. September 18th at 7 p.m. Why is this? Oh, there's going to be a public hearing about a request to use $30,000 from the Community Preservation Fund for preliminary expenses required to support a conservation easement contract on the property known as $1 Million Farm at 300 Springtown Road.
And just for clarity, that's right before our meeting.
Yes, that is the next town board meeting, September 18th. It will be a public hearing at 7 p.m. More so than this one was, I hope, but okay. All right. We have the following board committee openings for volunteers: Planning Board, 2 alternates; Ethics Board, 1 principal; Housing Smart Communities Initiative, 1 principal. Okay, if you're interested, please send letters of interest and resume to assistant@townofnewpaltz.org. Congressman Pat Ryan will be holding the 3rd annual Fall Service Academy Information Session on Saturday, September 13th, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Marist University's Dyson Center. Open to the public, to teach people about the Service Academy nomination process, to meet nomination board interviewers, and discover other pathways to service. Water District 5 update. It's been a while since anybody's talked about Water District 5. It has been a number of just ridiculous things that have delayed it, but the Ulster County Department of Health has reviewed all the documentation requested concerning the additional well that was added by the DEP. Based on that review, the Department of Health has given the town the okay to proceed with commissioning the system. There's still many months of work ahead before all Plains Road residents are getting water from Water District 5, but the project is definitely moving forward again. We want to thank Mohawk Preserve for the continued annual contribution to the town of New Paltz. It was very generous of them. And the town board has scheduled a special meeting on Monday, September 15th at 10 a.m. here at this courthouse for the purpose of discussing the seeker findings and annexation determination for the proposed New Paltz Apartments project. Any other announcements?
Yes, I have one.
Okay.
There is going to be a citizen preparedness training program on October 4th at St. Joseph's Church from 11 to 12:30. Participants will be advised on how to properly prepare for any disaster, including developing a family emergency plan and stocking up on emergency supplies. Each family that attends will receive 1 preparedness kit. When Gardner held this event, they had 200 people show up. So we will be, this is really in response to all of the natural and man-made disasters that we are seeing more and more frequently. So we will be circulating one of the e-alerts that has a QR code. You must register to attend, and we will get that information out to the public.
What date was that?
October 4th?
October
We'll
4th,
follow up.
St.
Another
Joseph's
announcement
Church,
is on next. Yeah.
11 to
We'll make sure
12:30.
We'll make sure to notice it again at the September 18th meeting too.
Yep.
Very good. Any other announcements? All right, moving on. Is there anyone here for public input that wasn't public hearing, that just has something they would like for the board to hear? No.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Do you have a motion to approve?
Was that a yes? Oh, no.
No,
Okay.
they're doing a presentation to us.
Public input.
Okay, they're actually an agenda item.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do you have a motion to approve and authorize the consent agenda items 1A through 1G?
So moved.
I second it. Any discussion? On favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, now authorization to approve a resolution against the federal budget bill. Would you like to come up and join us?
Tom Denton, again, I'd just like to speak briefly about this resolution before you, which very recently was passed unanimously by the village trustees. Many county and local officials, as you know, have been spending weeks and weeks telling us about the devastating impacts of this legislation to Medicaid and SNAP recipients, hospitals, farmers, and ultimately to local taxpayers already burdened with the high cost of living and housing. The legislation is now law. What can be done to mitigate its harms? This resolution calls for Congress to modify its own work, which it just achieved, if that's the right word. That might be possible eventually when the harms hit red, blue, and purple areas alike, as it will. But New York can act on its own to address funding gaps with existing state tax reform proposals that can generate significant revenue to maintain vital services and supports for all New York residents. The group Invest in Our New York has a detailed plan. When it is debated in the state legislature, I urge this board to support our elected officials who champion it. Thank you.
And what's
Thank
the
you.
name of it again, Tom?
Invest in Our New York.
In our New York.
Yep,
Okay.
you'll find it with a Google search.
All right, so the resolution we have doesn't go quite that far. It denounces what's been passed in Congress and to ask for them to go back and take a more bipartisan, fair look at the harm they're going to be causing. And I think it's important to realize that here in New Paltz, 22% of our citizens are eligible for Medicaid and or SNAP. 22% of us depend on this, and it will hurt right here. So it's not something that's happening somewhere else in the
Oh,
country.
yes, thank you. And County Executive Metzger has pointed out that something like roughly 37% of Ulster County residents
Depend on this. Yeah.
have Medicaid, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so, Joan? Just
There's two chairs.
Have a few minutes. You don't have.
So I'm Joan Mandel, and I'm a resident of New Paltz, right down the street, actually. And with me is,
Amanda Hernandez. I'm with Indivisible New Paltz in support of this resolution.
right, Donald Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill Act was passed by a vote of Congress on July 3rd by a very close vote. It was won by one vote in the Senate and only 4 votes in the House of Representatives. And yet the impact of this bill, with its cuts in SNAP and in Medicaid, and with its shifting costs from the federal to state to local governments, will negatively impact millions of New Paltz residents. It also impacts New Yorkers generally and untold millions of Americans. It furthermore gives increased tax breaks to some of the richest Americans, thus starving the public sector that provides services for the majority of Americans. I urge the town board to approve this resolution In doing so, will be joining other efforts that bear witness to how devastating this bill is in its effect for our citizens. Many New Paltz residents have written to their congressional representatives objecting to the bill and participating in marches and rallies to show their disapproval. Now we're asking our elected town board to express its own concern and approve this resolution, transmit copies to our elected officials and other appropriate federal and state officials. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Did you want to say something?
No. Just supporting.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so you guys have seen this bill,
Mhm.
this resolution, you had a
It's in
chance to
there.
look at it,
Mhm.
right? Any comments
Oh,
or,
The packet. Mhm.
yeah, did you get it?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, as the resident Republican, I mean, you know, I think that it doesn't have enough in it. The list isn't long enough. There should be more stuff there, but I'm supportive of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily help, but okay.
No, I think that,
I had trouble.
I think
calling
that's
it
a
the big
very
beautiful bill.
important, sorry, it's so hard when I just think it's very important to note that Randall is in support of this and thinks it doesn't go far enough. I think all of us could add dozens of insults to our culture and our economy to that list.
Democracy.
Thank you, Indivisible and Joan, for this resolution.
Okay. So would we like to, I make a motion that we vote
Adopt
on
the
this?
resolution?
Yeah,
So
we can
moved.
vote on it. Okay.
Second, oh, wait, you
Okay.
made a motion.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
moved.
So Rosanna, would you like to call the vote?
Supervisor Amanda Gatto,
Aye.
Councilmember Randall Leverett,
Aye.
Councilmember Essie Lewis,
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Kitty Brown,
Aye.
and Councilmember Rodriguez is absent.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. And it's resolved that the clerk will transmit copies of this to U.S. Representative Pat Ryan, Josh Riley, Senators Schumer and Gillibrand, and other appropriate federal and state officials. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sure this won't be the last time we talk about this.
I wish.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Okie dokie, and thanks for your patience. Okay, the next item on the agenda, request authorization to modify the adopted 2025 budget for some cost overruns. So we've got the list here prepared by our treasurer, our comptroller. Any questions about these modifications?
No,
None.
I mean, I got,
You already got
Seen
clear?
that.
yeah, no, I mean, yeah, no.
Do you have a motion to authorize adopt the modification?
So moved.
I'll second that. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Kitty?
Kitty,
Did we lose Kitty?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay.
thank you.
All right. Authorization to approve engaging Sterling Engineering PC as town engineers effective August 21st. I
So-
move that we do this. Do I have a
Second,
Second. Any discussion? On favor?
aye.
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 Kitty,
Aye.
you only have one vote, Kitty.
Well, she wants to make sure we hear her. Okay, authorization to approve a revised contract with Lighthouse Solar for installation of solar panels on this building, New Paltz Police Department Justice Court, in the amount of $257,580, effective August 22nd. This is because it turns out this beautiful green building doesn't have a roof that can hold as many solar panels as we hoped. It's got to do with the structure around the edges. So we've revised it. This is what it's going to cost. It's still going to be a big plus for this building that it's all electric, uses so much electricity all the time. So,
Yep. 24/7.
Yep. So, I move that we authorize the approval of the revised contract. Do I have a second?
Second. Essie.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Thank you. Part of that is authorization to loan from the capital fund to loan to the capital fund and authorize a prepay of $1,850.
So moved.
Okay, thank you.
And I can, just to explain
Yeah.
that, this 257,580
Good.
is a grant, and we have to cough up the money first, and then the money is reimbursed to us from this grant.
Right.
This 1850 prepay is to get them started on the work.
Right.
So this sort of, well, not sort of, it does, it works like our CHIPS money. Chris puts out the money for whatever repairs and then it gets reimbursed from transportation. So it's not as if we're spending it, it's a grant. We have the money, but we've got to cough it up first and then they give it back to us.
It's like most grants, it's reimbursable.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So, I motion that we authorize this money moving around, the prepay and the loan. to the
Second.
capital fund. Any discussion? On favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Authorization to approve engaging Millennium Strategies as a grant writer for a New York Swim Program grant application in the amount of $3,000. That's the amount for Millennium Strategies. It is not the amount of the grant. I move that we authorize engaging them, and we'll have a discussion if somebody will second it.
Second,
Okay, do you want to talk about what this is about?
yeah, I was just gonna.
Okay, so our pool has not been renovated or anything in about 20 years. It's got a lot of issues. One, it's leaking.
Mhm.
Two, it's got, so these grants, New York Swim, are grants for either putting in new ones or renovating old ones, and that's right where we fit. So we want to make sure we do a good job on this because this could be a lot of money and it's work that's desperately needed and it will make a big difference in keeping this place and keeping the pool running efficiently and appropriately. Oh, leave it. Okay.
We're getting a call.
Oh, okay. All right. So do you have any more questions about it?
No questions about it. I do want to say that I have said this before, and I think it's really vitally important based on climate change, the fact that we're getting hotter more often. We, as a town board, need to consider our population. As we've stated, we have 20% of people in poverty here. We need to consider making this pool free to our SNAP and HEAP recipients, as we have done at the county level.
Okay, that's a good point. To when we're talking about the budget, which we'll be doing really soon.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Any other questions or discussion on this particular item?
The grant itself is for $3,000?
No, that's for the grant writer. The
Okay,
grant's gonna be for probably a couple mil.
okay. So let me ask this question. In other situations where we hire somebody to write a grant, why is there no way to pay them out of the grant?
No, you can't spend the money before you get it. You have to, when you get a grant and sign a contract, they absolutely say you have to, you don't, nothing you spend before that counts towards the grant.
But can't they wait to be paid? Can we make it contingent on us getting the grant?
Right.
No,
That's a
no.
thing.
That's right.
It's
That's-
100% a
It's
thing.
100% a thing.
Grant writers often write themselves in
Correct.
to the grant.
I will ask that question,
them,
but we,
absolutely.
okay, this is due in October. We don't have. a
We don't
ton
have
of
much time, I agree, but at least we can ask.
You can ask.
I think it's necessary regardless, but I do think we should ask.
I'm willing to ask. So how do you want to amend the motion to approve? This is what they've sent us,
We should approve it
but ask.
and ask.
Okay,
It should be approved regardless, so we need the grant.
we do,
It's
and I
worth a
can
try.
tell you, getting a competent grant writer is so important.
It's very
It
important.
makes a huge difference.
I get it. But if they're competent, they'll write themselves in and it'll be paid for out of the grant and we'll save money. But I'm okay. I'm good.
Okay.
It's worth a ask.
I will definitely.
all I can say is no.
Mhm.
Okay. Any more discussion? Okay, on favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Kitty, thank you. Authorization to approve assigning the letter of commitment for the town of New Paltz as part of the New York Pollinator Conservation Fund Grant Partnership effective August 28th. Let's do the motion and then we can have the discussion. So I move we approve signing this letter of commitment. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, discussion. These folks have a grant to go around to 10 different communities in New York to put in pollinator gardens. And they selected New Paltz as one of the potential ones to do. So they've gone out and looked with us, with Chris Marks, with Joanna Dempsey at Field of Dreams. And there is an area there that's near the bathhouse concession that's low and gravelly, and then there's rocks, and then you go up. And so they see those rocks as being a full sun, hot, dry garden. And that would be one they would like to do. They will plant things in and around the rocks to make it, the commitment to do it would be to help with watering in the beginning and volunteers to help weed and stuff, which Joanna is absolutely committed to do. So that's what our letter of commitment is, that we want them to come and do it, and that we will make sure the things don't die the first year or something like
We'll
that.
do our best.
Yeah, we'll do our best.
Okay.
Actually, Chris Marks liked the idea of using the water out there because he said that pump needs to run sometimes, and so there's a
That's a good
hose
way to
and
run it
just
and not
sprinkle.
waste it.
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, authorization to approve hiring Scott Cooper as a part-time municipal code officer with a start date of September 8th at the rate of $25 per hour, not to exceed 16 hours per week. We are short-handed in our building department with code enforcement.
So moved.
Second? I'll second it. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Essie, are you thinking about it?
No, I'm just thinking about your comment about our employees being in the town, living in the town of New Paltz.
I know.
I was
in
just
our
thinking, I was
package.
just looking at his resume, but yeah,
I
I get it.
know, it's
But
a-
we need him, so.
I mean, our code says that they either live here or they move here within 6 months, and it's like,
Okay.
really?
Right,
Yeah,
that's
it's impossible.
It's
We
impossible.
don't have housing. Okay.
We got a lot of housing coming. It'll be great.
Yeah. Authorization to approve signing a letter opposing tax exemption for 151 North Chestnut Holdings LLC. This is a project that is going in right next to two others that are already under construction, which did not ask for pilots.
Right.
This one has gone through the approval procedure with the village planning board
Right.
without asking for a
Asking for
pilot.
pilot.
And now, after the fact, they're asking for a pilot, and it's a significant amount of property tax that would not come to the town, not come to the school district, not come to the county, not come to the village. It would create housing, yes, 128 units,
Come on.
of which 20 would be affordable. So again, it's something, but it's not overwhelming. It would create, they predict 3 jobs to be rental management and sales. There will be 5 or 6 retails on the first floor. They haven't identified those tenants yet. So I mean, the benefit versus the cost, the lost revenue to the town and the village and the school board, it's hard to see that it's providing more of a benefit than the others that didn't go for pilots, or that other projects in town, businesses or whatever, have done without pilots. So the hearing's tomorrow, and so I will draft a letter that has those points in it and sign it on behalf of the board if the board votes to do so.
So you're going to be opposing the pilot? Yeah, I agree.
I think we have to, this man has
I
to
have to
recuse
abstain.
himself. He has to, he's,
Because I am on the IDA. And, yeah, recuse,
okay.
because I don't,
He
my
can't get his
decision,
decision.
yeah, my decision will need to be based on the evidence that is presented before the IDA.
Okay, well, so moved.
Thank you. I'll second it. Kitty, do you have any questions or comments?
No, I do not.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, and 1 recusal. Thank you. We now get to the liaison reports. Okay, Mr. Leverett, what do you want to tell us? ZBA,
It's all there.
I see it.
It's area variance for Ohioville Road fencing. Signage for one of the gasoline stations,
Sunoco.
Sunoco at 270 Main Street. There were some outstanding questions, issues to be resolved. I think it's lumens and lights and this and that and the
They're
other.
getting a new sign? They want a new sign.
I
Yeah.
think they want a new
They
sign.
want more than a new sign. They want a
Yeah.
whole bunch of new signs.
And then, item 3, the use variance, there was a home that was multifamily and it was listed in our records as a single family and it had been a multifamily for years and years and years. The applicant, appealed the decision of the building department calling it a single family, and the zoning board agreed with the applicant, and it will stay a multifamily home, but it's gonna be considered a non-conforming multifamily structure. And they agreed to do that because this showed up before there was regulation governing how we could carve up homes. So it will stay as a multifamily residence, but non-conforming.
Does that have any implications on the owners, the non-conforming status?
I think
No,
they
no.
wanted it.
They'd
not-
rather that
I mean,
than be
does it.
first. Right?
Yeah,
They need it to be multifamily. That's how they bought it.
Yep.
Without knowing, I mean, the title searches were ridiculous. I looked into it. They've had a tenant there for 25 years, so. Yeah, but they predated everything. Okay, great. I don't know that we had any other liaison reports right now.
well, I was
Yeah,
gonna, the public access
Oh,
will
okay.
meet on Monday.
Uh-huh.
And in theory, we should have a draft franchise agreement for the
Great.
committee to look at. And if they're satisfied with it, we can go to public hearing on it.
Okay, and your meeting's on Monday, did you say?
Our meeting is on Monday, 6:30, I think.
Okay.
And it's usually, it's at the community center and it's Zoom. I Zoom in
Very good.
for that one.
Thank you. Kitty, did you have something?
Yeah, the Climate Smart Task Force meets the Tuesday before this meeting, so I didn't have time to write my comments. But you heard from Joe a little bit about the comments on making the affordable housing law more energy efficient. And I will write up the rest of the comments for next meeting.
So the other thing is at our last meeting, Joe had some suggestions for us to think about in code. Some of them are, some of them are going to be very ambitious to accomplish. Some of them might be easier. We will be working on them. We currently have a lot of things on our plate right now that are coming along, and we had a few others that the affordable housing, the forest management plan, we've had a few other things come along. So we will continue to work on all these things because they're all important and they all can make a difference.
Let me ask, is that something we can task Lyle to work with him on, and then in coordination with him, create something that sort of fits with what we've got and is appropriate, and then present it to us?
Which part? Which thing? I mean,
What's his,
Recommendations.
yeah,
the ones
what's
that he did.
his
The
name?
one had to do with
Lyle?
crypto mining.
Oh, Lyle, Joe, is it Joe Lanza?
Joe
Yeah.
Lyle. One had to do with crypto mining. One had to do with making all buildings all electric, all new
Yeah.
builds all electric. And one had to do with what was
The procurement policy.
Oh, procurement, that we would
And-
always had electric vehicles before deciding on
Right.
purchasing.
To do it.
And
A
evaluation of
comparison.
our vehicles. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so some
So
of
the
those. would be-
question we had about that procurement policy thing is because we review that at the reorg meeting every year, is if that's just a simple thing that we can amend to say that we require a comparison before purchasing a new vehicle to compare it with the electric versus fossil fuel. And so that's some homework for us.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have an issue with that. I would think you're not gonna find an electric vehicle for Chris to use to plow the roads in the winter. I just,
Depends. Bigger, obviously the very large equipment they're just not there yet. There are pickup trucks out there. I mean, there's F-150s out there that
Yep.
could do a plow. So I mean,
Well,
it's not-
as long as there is an exemption, I don't want Chris running around trying to find an electric dump truck that can haul salt and plow snow
right.
when it doesn't exist. I don't want to
Well,
make.
we're
work
just
for
talking
people.
about a comparison, that when he puts it out for bid, he says, please include a similar electric vehicle, and if there isn't such a thing, that's that, but at least, it's part of our policy.
Right.
Right. That one should be, yeah, like you said, that one might be an easier one to tackle.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Anything else, Kitty, from any comments? Okay,
I move we adjourn.
okay, so we already decided about the public hearing. We just adjourned it. We didn't close it. Okay, we have a motion to adjourn.
Oh, I have one question about the public hearing. We adjourned it. Did we set a date to hold it open until, or the affordable housing?
No, we didn't, and I think the 18th we have another one coming up. We have another.
Yeah,
public
let's
hearing.
give it a month, because I think we have
A
some
month is fair.
homework to do.
So our first October meeting?
Yeah.
Right, which I think is October. I don't know.
I'll tell you right. It is October 2nd.
October 2nd?
Yep.
All right, so yeah, let's hold it open until October 2nd. And that's very good, because that means we will keep working on this stuff.
No, yeah,
It is a
that's Yom
holiday.
Kippur. That's
So
a
it's
holiday.
all- Okay,
Oh.
oh
So
wait,
maybe you
the
should do
meeting
six.
on that day?
That's what it's
the
scheduled
third
for.
Thursday.
Yeah.
First
well,
Thursday.
I'm happy to not
Me
So
too.
it's scheduled. I tell you what, moving these things around is really, really hard.
skip it.
So
Just
skip it.
We can't skip it. We have
We
too
can't?
much. We cannot skip meetings. We have too much.
It's 8 o'clock. This is like a half day.
Because I'm pushing.
No, I know, but we had to have this meeting. We can't skip a meeting and then the next one goes for 4 hours.
We'll take
it's
it under advisement. We'll see how it goes. I don't think we should
don't
have it
think we
on
should
Yom
have that,
Kippur.
yeah,
We should,
agreed.
we just.
This was
should not.
voted on during We Are People. Our calendar was when to take what holidays, and we decided to take certain ones and not take that one.
We're
That's all.
reconsidering like we do with many things.
Yom Kippur is probably one of the holiest holidays for Jews, and I do not think that we should be meeting.
And especially
that
not
day.
closing a hearing on that date.
I just don't, I
All right, we're
don't
not
think it's
going to
appropriate.
Hearing on October 2nd.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'm looking at the calendar, and it says it's the evening of Wednesday, October 1st through October 2nd, 2025. So,
And October 2nd is our meeting date.
Day of Atonement, right?
but yeah, so is October well, let's find out which of if it truly is October 2nd is the holiest day.
Okay,
Then
so
we
let's
should-
just stop on
I'm
this
looking at the
and
calendar.
agree that we're.
Are you disputing the calendar? The
Because
calendar?
No,
the
but what it's
holidays start
saying-
on the sundown, the date.
Can we talk about this later? Let's just
Yes,
say
we
that we're
can.
holding the public hearing open until our second meeting in October,
Great.
okay?
Okay,
And then
okay,
we can
good.
get back to this rest of it later.
Rosanna said something? Oh.
So the reorg meeting, at the reorg, you approved moving that first meeting in October to October 9th because it was Yom Kippur.
Oh,
So we'll have
Somebody's
back to
got our
back.
calendar wrong.
That was the approved list of meetings for this year.
Okay, great.
So we'll have back-to-back meetings, the 9th and the 16th, and I just want to remind people that October 13th is Columbus Day.
Well,
Well, I won't be here.
actually, no, you approved October 9th and October 23rd.
Oh, okay.
So that we would.
So we
do that.
switched
They won't be
weeks.
back to back.
Okay.
And that's
Yeah, I
good
think that's fair.
because that way we get the warrant done towards the end of the month.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
won't be here.
Which one?
The 9th.
Okay, we'll figure that out, Randall.
I can zoom in. I'll only be in
Dublin,
Dublin.
only 5 hours.
Dublin
away.
this time.
Okay.
Only 5 hours away.
Did we have a motion to adjourn?
I made that motion. It needed to be second and we need to vote so we can get out of here.
Okay, I second it.
Aye.
All right. We call the vote.
Aye.
To adjourn.
Aye.
What are you staring at me? Because I'm gonna